I want to start this video saying I stand with Ukraine, and all ad revenue made on this video will be donated to causes to support people in Ukraine. I'm pretty anti-war. I know I have a lot of war games on my channel, but I don't think any war is good by any aggressor. There's no hate on anyone that's Russian. It's just I don't think Putin should be invading. And for those that don't want to hear stuff about this, this is a world we live in. So I urge everyone to talk about these things. And the more we don't talk about these things that are happening in the world, the more they keep on happening without anyone stopping it. So let's get into the video. Hello and welcome to another Crusader Kings 3 video. You see the nation right there. We're talking about the Ukrainian Empire. I thought that we would make a video on Ukraine because it's really relevant, and I want to give back to Ukraine so ad revenue goes, like I said in the intro. So let's see what this Ukraine can do. We have the absolute baller king because the actual president of Ukraine, he's a boss. Have you seen the dancing with this, the dancing show? He can dance like all you can do. He's also actually a really good leader, and he refuses to leave the country during a crisis, which is very, very awesome. So we're gonna get the Ukraine, see what they do. This guy is buffed with every trait I could give him. He is also immortal, so hopefully he won't die, even though it's still possible. The immortal trait isn't impossible to still die. So we'll see how this goes, and also they do have their own unique culture, Ukrainian. It does need to spread in this game, and it will spread pretty far. And we're going to see them spread their faith because they are also Orthodox. I just want to say this Ukrainian Empire is gonna kick some butt, like they're kicking butt right now. So we're going to see how far they can expand. There is a chance they could collapse. It's going to be interesting because they are in a pretty rough area in real life and right here, because a lot of the actual development is pretty low. So we're going to have to see if the rest of the buffs will really help them out enough. Because as you can see, this development's pretty low. So we're going to really have to see, did they just inherit this empire? Yeah, they just claimed this empire, so I'll fix that so they're still Ukraine. But yeah, they just took an entire empire over. Well, that's a good start of the game. Let's take a look at the culture right now. The Ukrainian spreading and Orthodox, yeah, is real. Byzantines? One, they're Greco-French, so they branched off into a new culture, and two, they're Catholic. The Byzantines are drunk. And if it made you think they're not drunk, literally the guy is a drunkard. He is drunk. Like, he literally is drunk. So yeah, we gotta be careful of the Byzantine empires because we can't have drunk Byzantines going around everywhere. It looks like Ukraine is getting their revenge in this video for what's going on in real life, because they're kind of unstoppable. The buffs I gave them were pretty good, but I didn't think they were this good. I only made like the leader really OP, but you know, that's what happens when you have a strong leader. It really makes a difference. I do have to say, I think everyone's gonna die. I think we actually might see a world conquest from Ukraine. Sweden is looking all right, but in reality, there's no one that even looks like they could even win a battle against them. So I kind of hope Ukraine falls apart here, because otherwise it's going to be a boring video. But you know, if it was just pure propaganda, so be it. Ukraine's kind of looking like Russia. I'll say it. Dude, I'm turning Ukraine into Russia. They're like diving into places that they shouldn't be into, like Armenia, Georgia, Afghanistan, Stan nations, Iran. I think I turned Ukraine into Russia. I think this video is going into a different direction than initially intended. Yeah. West Francia and Sweden are looking good, though. I'm sure they can defeat the Ukrainian Empire that has 51,000 troops with their 9,000 and 3,000 troops. This is gonna be interesting for sure. Okay, so Europe is actually looking pretty solid here. France, Burgundy, and the Frankias are looking all good. I do have to say Sweden's looking pretty good too. The one who is not looking good is the Byzantines, which is amazing. Thank you, Ukraine. You're destroying the Byzantines. I appreciate you. You don't understand how much this means to me. I love you so much, Ukraine. I don't know how long Vladimir has been here, but Ukraine, you know what to do. You gotta take him out. Gotta make sure Vladimir doesn't have a good day. You know what? I usually don't get involved and let the game play out, but I gotta do something. I forced Ukraine to go to war with Vladimir to destroy him. They're going for everything. You're welcome, Ukraine. Go get him, Tiger. This seems to be pretty interesting. Transylvania, yeah, whatever, I pronounced it. They have made a hybrid culture, Tashik and Ukrainian, which is pretty interesting, that they made a different culture off of the Ukrainian culture. I haven't usually seen that happen, of a made culture then being turned into a hybrid culture. I didn't know it was possible, but I haven't seen it happen too much. Byzantines, I don't know what you're planning or what you're doing in Africa. I'm gonna need you to stop. This is Ukraine's video. They're doing great too, so stop, Byzantines. I don't need you to do well. Ukraine, take them out, please. Get them, boom boom. If you're under the age of 12, please look away. Or to be honest, if you're under the age of like 30, look away. Poland has come here, and it's something, all right. There's like 7 Polands. It's disgusting. I don't know who would ever make borders like this and think that this is a manageable country. But, you know, it's Crusader Kings 3. It happens all the time. Same with Ukraine still being in the British Isles, even though there's no way they would actually have this. I thought this had a chance of happening. They were absorbed by the Ukrainian Empire, which means there's now practically 2 separate Ukrainian empires, but it's one empire. I need them to take out one of these nations so they have connected borders, if not both. Otherwise, it literally looks like 2 separate Ukrainian empires, and they're going to go to war with each other, but that's not the case. You know what? I appreciate the other nations trying to do something, because Francia is looking cool. They got like East Francia, or West Francia. Which one was it? I think they got East Francia. They're looking pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty impressed with what they're doing. Francia, just keep going. I'm now paying attention. The Mongol Empire is currently invading Ukrainian Empire. And to be honest, the Mongols are actually more powerful than the Ukrainian Empire. So if the Mongols get this, it's gonna be HEW with hockey sticks for the world. And the Pope is also crusading against the Ukrainians. So yeah, this is actually pretty bad. It's pretty much, they're in 2 huge wars that are not good. They have like 80,000 troop. Well, I'm just gonna restart the segment. Okay, guys, I know it looks bad, but I swear they can recover. The Ukrainian Empire has lost probably, let's say, 50% of their power. I think they can bring it back. I think it was the Mongols. They little fractured them. Mongolia, the Mongol Empire, is gone now, though. So it makes them kind of equal to all these other nations, Arabia, Francia, and Sweden. So it's time to see, now that they're equal footing, how the Ukrainian Empire will do. I hope they do good. His goddamn back. We can't let this happen. We're gonna force Ukraine to go to war with Vladimir again. Take him out. I just have to do what's right, and to destroy Vladimir every time he pops up is what's right. So yeah, maybe we should make Sweden declare war. Nah, we'll let Ukraine do it. I've also brushed past this. I'm pretty sure this is a crusade nation. So Syria and Jerusalem usually form from crusades, and so this is a Catholic crusade nation. And it's insane. This is the largest crusade nation I've ever seen in Crusader Kings 3. It actually is one of the most powerful nations in the game. I think they're actually more powerful. Yeah, they're not as powerful as Ukraine, but they're pretty close. This is a pretty powerful nation that usually does absolutely terrible. These crusade nations usually form and then immediately die. CK3 expert needed here. Someone tell me if this is normal. Mongolia has 4 empire titles. How? Why? Like, none of these are territories, I don't think. Only like the one Mongolian one is territory. Someone needs to tell me why there's 4 empire titles. I literally don't understand. Please, thank you, comment section. I appreciate you. I know someone will have the answer. We have 50 years left, and the Ukrainian Empire is doing absolutely insane. They've gotten back a lot of their land, and now they look pretty... Hey, you don't have that rebellion. Stop. Now they're just having this big territory, and I think they're going to kind of stay here for the rest of the video. It's going to be interesting to see who else stays here, if Syria and Francia will stay here, because these two nations are doing really good. Ukraine just ate Poland. We're going to brush past that and pretend like we didn't see it, but they're still looking good. And culture-wise, they have spread Ukrainian a bit, but you know, culture doesn't change that much in this game. Just looking in real life, how the Ukrainian culture hasn't changed for centuries, and it's Ukrainian and not Russian. We are at the end date, and I just gotta say, the Ukrainian Empire has shined. They're modest. They didn't expand too much, but they're still super strong. I would have to say, Ukrainian, they are still. Syria's doing good too. Francia, those are the two highlights besides Ukrainian. Sweden was doing good, but I think the Ukrainians killed them. So yeah, they also now have Scotland. Scotland! So we'll see. Mongolia is still alive, no longer at their peak. Culture-wise, we can see they didn't spread the culture too much just because culture doesn't move that much, because that makes sense. Religion, let's see. Looks like everything's pretty normal here with religion. I have to say this religion here has spread pretty far and wide. Pretty dope religion. I would probably adopt this myself in real life. I'm thinking about adopting the religion, to be honest. This is a pretty cool religion. And I think that's going to be it for the video. As you can see, the Ukrainian Empire has spread. They have made their own empire title huge. Thank you so much for watching this video. Remember, if you would like to support the Ukraine, links down below for places you can support. These are mostly supporting the people and the country, because a lot of civilians are getting in the crossfire of this war. So thank you so much for watching this video. I'll donate all the ad revenue as soon as possible to these funds. Thank you so much. See you later. Have a good one.